Alright, let's make a new Carli 12. That's the topic of the video. We're working on rolling things, right? Always, it's Arch. So ArcoLinux XL from last year, actually 1 year ago, right? 2305, look at the date 015. So the message is just type update, right? And you just keep on rolling. And that's it. And there is of course also up all. If you have installed more stuff from the AOR, he's gonna look and he sees there are stuff in here, and one of those can go, as ArcoLinux does not exist anymore. So he stopped and does not create any ISOs anymore. So the mirror list is pointless. Carli keyring and Carli mirror list. Yeah, we're building Carli on this one. As you see, right, I've migrated here as well to chat WM and XFC as a backend. If it fails. Topic is Carli 12. Carli 12 is important and is based, as all our ISOs, on user share arch ISO. This one. This one gets updated, and these are my personal copies. So I have to move sudo pacman -s arch ISO. If you don't have arch ISO, you're not really on ArcoLinux, right? Then it's Manjaro, for example. You don't have that. Arch ISO is number 77, as you have seen. So right mouse click, open with folder as a root. Yes. And then we have this blue bar up here. Control C, Control V. We have a copy, and we're gonna name it 77-1, right? Okay. Now this can go. What changed in between these two versions? There's no 76. You compare. That's your job, right? If you wanna be an ISO builder, you have to check again, what did they change? So they've changed something in here. Search UUID instead of arch ISO device UUID, etc., etc. Right? So we're gonna go over all of it and check what we have on Carli 12. Migrate the new code, basically. So this one, Control C, I'm gonna put it on the desktop, and there is already one. Control V, or I could take the other one, right? Arch ISO, it's the same thing, copy, paste, and then meld them. So super F5. I always say this is the one application that I would pay money for. It is really, really awesome. Relang, and then Carli number 12. Hesitant to go to number 13 probably. No, just joking. And then we go to this one and we compare. This one can go, and you have to look. This one. Okay, right? This is okay. It's just, it's pointing to something that's not there at this point in time, but when it gets built, it is actually pointing to a file. That's why it says dangling. We have grub. Did we change anything in grub? No. Is there anything to be changed in grub? Well, maybe, right? Just maybe. One of the videos I've made on ArcoLinux is now we have two kernels in ArcoLinux. There is Linux, Linux LTS, Zen, and CashOS. And one of the things in the videos, I've explained uncomment to disable submenus. If you have more than one kernel, it makes sense to do this, right? And say, okay, show me all the kernels that I have. That's something, well, it will not change a little bit the look, right? But not much, because we have just one kernel here. But if for change's sake, we could do that, right? We could say, okay, let's do that. It's our choice, okay? Save. archiso.conf, let's see what they did here. Yeah, they've added microcode, so udef and then modconf in here, microcode. And then it's happy. Files are identical. Fine, save it. Carli is of course our own way of booting up. There are some things I'm gonna clean out. This can go, that can go. This is not used. This is not used. Space, space, not used. Space, space, space. That's it. And now it's up to you. Do you want to fall back or not, right? By default it is. On ArcoLinux we made another decision. Let's leave it. Okay, let's have some difference between one and the other. Save. 40 locale gen hook. 40 locale gen hook. Why is that gone here? And why is that here? Let me check. I did not make a problem. No, it is. I thought maybe I was on the baseline, but it's not. I'm on relaying. So everything cool. But why the hook? Locale gen hook. What does it do? They've removed this thing. Carli is the one where we say, let's follow Arch, right? Let's follow Arch. So if they say the hook is not necessary, then they must have added it somewhere else, another way of changing things. We'll figure it out later on. So let's trust an Arch. Voila. Middle list is the one that we create ourselves. This was 2023. That's an old one. We have to write that down, otherwise I'm gonna forget. There's no paper around. Okay, middle list in the mind. Toolkit, all good. SDM is the one we want. This is a way of booting up. So now we have access. Bluetooth is already there, I see. 4 things, 4 things. That's the only thing you have to count, the numbers. If they're dangling, that's okay. They're dangling. Leave it dangling. We use Network Manager, an application to get on the internet. Default target, graphical target. Okay, SDM service, fine. Deferral is our way of saying, hey, we're putting up Carli, and we add a date and an hour. When was it built? Group key shadow. Host name is of course not archiso, but Carli. Backman.conf is ours. Password is okay. This one is okay. All good. Carli before is all things. And here we might have something different. Yeah. So microcode is, if you watch the read, I think there was an article on arcolinux.org about microcode, or else I know it from another source, but this one goes out and we're going to do different things, different ways, a pac-man hook, but this is worth a Control-C, and this is going to be replaced by that. We do want to have some cow space. So cow space is the amount of space when you boot up and you want to update the live DVD. You got 4 GB, right? If you say, nah, that's too much, not enough, I want to test things, I'm an ISO builder and want to create my own distro, but I want to install lots of things, well, 4 to 6 then. Okay. Copy to RAM is needed because, let's face it, Arch is not created to be installed with Calamares. No, right? So copy to RAM will say, no, don't do that, otherwise Calamares won't work. Looks good, save. Second one. So they found another way of doing this. And then I still probably have the copy paste in my Control V, yes. Let's compare this one with this one. Accessibility is on, and then the cow space, we've made it 6 today. Copy to RAM, no. Okay, fine. That's what you need to do, right? The mem test is something I don't want, I see, but since we are following, right, the ArcoLinux way, grub CFG, that's an important one. Here they've changed a few things. As you can see, they've omitted the archiso_user ID by. The name of course stays Carli, but then it gets complicated. It's still the same element here, archiso device user ID, this thing becomes this thing. Archiso search user ID. There is more. There is more. The boot Intel thing can go. So this one I think can go. Oh, immediately correct. So this line is okay. Now I have to look up here. There are some other variables they're using. This one, Control C, is actually going to be this, Control V, or not. And this is our choice. Let's change everything to 6. Why did I change it? Just to have some fun. Carli and Carli. Arch IC are the Arch IC. Okay, cowspace space is 6 GB. Alright, cool. And then of course that one. This thing. Now we can maybe copy paste a little bit more. So this thing, Control C, is actually replacing that thing. And then cowspace behind it, and the whole line can go. Nope, watch out, Eric. This can go. And this line is okay then. So the only difference between left and right is our cowspace and the copy to RAM, cowspace, copy to RAM, name. Scroll down. All right. This I don't like. The power off comes before the restart. I want the power off at the end, so that's okay. There is a little bit of choice there. Loop back. Let's add loop back. I've removed it in the past. Files are identical. Okay, fine. Arch ISO hat sys Linux. All right, it's called Carli on our end, and here as well, all kind of Carli things, but we do have this thing that stops here. Control C. After the Intel code thing needs to go again. Init RD. I think more or less this thing. Let's see. Voila, that's the same. And this one, append. This one. Did I copy paste all that? No. I just took this thing. Control C. Control V. Voila, a wide line. That's what I wanted. So I think we can go faster because the Intel U code needs to go. Fine. It's gone. It's gone. Carli is Carli and ArcoLinux is ArcoLinux. Carli. All right. That was faster. But first, right, read. It's so easy to make a mistake. It really is. So Intel goes out here. AMD goes out. And now we keep that thing. So clicking here would be wrong. It would. Because I wouldn't have this thing anymore. Control C. But if I click here and then add it back again, that will be fine. Right? Arch, Carli. Did I make it? Problem. This is okay what I do. Click, removes Intel and AMD, keeps the init RAM file system. Then we append all kinds of things, and we add copy space. 4 GB. So 6, right? Oh, we might make mistakes along the way. That's why you have to remake it and test it. VirtualBox can help you testing it. These are designs, splash PNG, and these are helpful things. If you want Cinnamon, it's this list. If you want GNOME, it's that list. Mate, Plasma, XFC. At some point in time, we've chosen Plasma, XFC, and now we're on Cinnamon. So we do switch from time to time. LDNS is new. Oh yeah, alphabetically. Yep, that's okay. And this is our choice, right? This is the Lego blocks. The Lego blocks from Archiso. That's the list. Here it stops. And here we say, let's play with our Lego blocks. We want SEDM, we want batch completion, etc., etc., etc. So that's normally okay. Backman.conf. They still don't have a space here, so that it's not aligned. So we keep our aligned thing. We want some color. This is blah blah. You can add the blah blah if you want. Parallel downloads is 8, not 5. I love candy. That's cool. Our little Pac-Man. Carli repo at the top because he rules. The first package, while he is going down like in Photoshop layers, he looks from the sky and it says, this is the first one that provides me, for example, NeoFetch, right? There's the package NeoFetch on there. He's not going to look in core testing or core or extra because he found it already. Okay, and then the Nemesis repo at the end. That's a personal repo. You can create your own personal repos. And here they've changed as well something, right? The tarball compression thing, boom, it's in. Bootstrap tarball compression. All these need to stay because the green bits are our bits. Carli before, do this before. Carli final, do that afterwards. It has to be executable, right? If it's not in here, it's just gonna be a stupid file. It can't be executed, and they're all scripts. And some more things to be in control. Have a password and a user. Live user, I think it's called here. You can call it anything you like. Now here are some things that I have changed. So boot modes, they call it now system deboot and not grub anymore. So click. That's a change, a major change I would say. Don't like all that. Huh? So just give me a date, a year, a month, and a day. And all the rest looks like it's okay. And that was the change, right? That's going over the changes of Archiso. That's the first video. Second video is let's build it. So it took me 17 minutes to be up to speed again with Archiso. And each month there's a release, the 1st of May, the 1st of June, the 1st of, right. So normally a week or so in advance, maybe sometimes 2 weeks in advance, there's an Archiso update and you check. What's the difference between A and B? 77, 78, 78 and 79. And if you do it gradually, it's not much to work to do. If you skip a few months, yeah, then you have a lot of work to do. But sometimes there's hardly any work to do. So you just follow. All right. See you in the next video. We're gonna build it.